Hey friends, welcome back to the party, the Underground Guitar Party. Rob here. Today I want to talk about the Cordoba Stage and share with you how you can grab one for yourself. Obviously, if you ever want to get something, you can use my links down below, but I am now a Zounds affiliate. So if you want to save some money and get some easy payment plans, go ahead over to Zounds and grab the gear just like I do. Now, today we're really talking about the Cordoba Stage, and I've got a secret about how to adjust the mic gain. It's in this panel right here. I'll roll some video later. There are a lot of videos that show playing demos, and of course we'll give you some lead and clean inserts as we go through, but I really want to talk about what I think the guitar's biggest strength is, which happens to be the very many different, I'm going to show you about 12 different sounds you can get out from just using this Fishman Stage system. I think it's really awesome, and of course we're going to do this in the format you're familiar with, which is a review, like what it's made of, what it does, what it sounds like. I also want to share with you that for those that stick around at the end, I'm going to include a little download for you, one of my little blues lessons. In any event, the Cordoba Stage is a thin line, nylon string, 2-pickup electric guitar. If you look at this beauty, man, it just kind of shines, right? It's wild. This one is in the black burst, and I gotta say, I absolutely love it. Let's talk about the body. Solid mahogany, carved out, so it's hollow, but from a solid piece. About a 1/2 inch thick is the border all the way around, with a spruce top, about 3.4 millimeters thick, and then a veneer of flamed maple. This gives us something very similar to like a 339 kind of body shape, maybe a little bit between a 335 and 339. Definitely not as big as a 335. And we have that beautiful hollow body sound, which is resonant and sometimes feeds back, which is half the fun of it. If you pick this guitar up and you think, it's an electric acoustic, you're wrong. Right? That's what you get. That's the loudness. Here we go. Yeah, that's it. So, is it louder than a 335? Absolutely. Is it as loud as a Ibanez like AEG 30, an entry-level style? Yeah, no, not really. It has some acoustic properties that work well, but it's not a loud acoustic sound. That's the thing that I'm trying to get at. 22 frets from top to bottom right here. They're nickel silver frets, pretty standard. They're a thin fret, not a jumbo. The nut and saddle, speaking of which, happen to be bone. Pretty cool, right? And although it's a nylon instrument, there is some compensation built into the saddle, which is really nice. The bone nut over here is a bone nut. Mine is a little bit short, if you ask me, on each side, but that's okay. This slotted headstock looks great with these beautiful tuners. These are 14:1 gear ratio tuners, I think are great. And 14:1 gear ratio is a high class or high performance ratio for nylon instruments. Think of it as 18:1 for your steel string rather than the traditional like 15 or 16:1. Continuing on around, we have these 3 controls, right? These 3 controls do a lot of cool stuff. We've got our volume control, and then we have an EQ control, and we have a body blend. The EQ control is very special because it doesn't give you a tone, like it's not an additive tone control. It's more of an EQ scoop. So when it's all the way off, you have a flat EQ. When it's all the way on, it rolls out the mids, giving you more of a smiley face EQ, a little more pronounced bass and a little more feeling of a little more pronounced treble. But it's a subtractive EQ, so it's not adding any boost to it. It's actually taking away the mids. This is excellent, especially if you want to sing along to it, because it gives a nice spot for most voices to jump in. I think it's really great. The body blend control right down here, it brings in the microphone pickup, which is in this area underneath the guitar top right here. And this allows it to blend with different amounts to the piezo pickup. There's always some piezo pickup in the signal, but you can adjust how much the body mic overrides or blends with the piezo pickup. Because there's always piezo pickup in there, you might ask, is there any point where you can get the piezo pretty much all the way out by bringing the blend down? And yes, I've got the pro tip for that for you there. On the back, inside the guitar, right here, there actually is a small panel. I'll roll some video of it now, where there's a screw mount for a potentiometer that's blue. And when you look in there, you can see all of that electronics that makes this work. There's a lot of electronics that go into this thing. And what you're going to find out is that that small potentiometer is actually a mic gain. It's going to turn up or down the gain on the mic inside the body. The more gain you have, the more blend control you'll have. The less gain you have, the less blend control you'll have. When mine arrived, it had very little blend, had very little mic gain. If you were to think of it as between 0 and 10, you know, just like a twisty little knob, mine was on about 2. Currently, I have mine rolled up to 10. This gives me an overpowering signal from the body blend mic to the preamp mic, or the piezo mic, which means I can really just single that and focus on that body blend mic. And we're going to test that, show it to you later, which is pretty cool. But before we do all that, let's hear some sound. So I'm going to roll a lead crunchy tone sound right now. I call this Andalusian metal. It's my reference 208, one of the lessons that I teach my students. Let's hear it now. Let's talk about the setup. I'm using a Supro Delta King. This is one of the special editions. I really like this amp. This Supro Delta King, really sweet amp. We've got a line out feature on the back. So I've got the guitar coming in. The line out is at the preamp, which completely skips the speaker down here. Because it skips the speaker, I can turn the speaker down so I can just barely hear it in the room, but blend that signal in to processing for you guys as you're hearing it now. So let's talk about the guitar. So, here we go. There you go. That's the guitar, volume all the way up, and the EQ and the mic blend off. So let's just hear that EQ. We're going to take the EQ from off to on. There was off, now it's all the way on. Now, just adding that EQ, do you hear how much that changed the sound? It's warm and it's round, and it's even a little bit driven, right? That preamp circuit over here in the Supro Delta King is already working. And we can change that by turning the volume down on our guitar, and now we have a more clean sound. Like it. Turn that volume back up, and now we're gonna come over here and turn the EQ down, and we're gonna roll in the body blend. So here's without it. I'm rolling it all the way in. This is also gonna give us a lot of volume, so prepare for this volume jump. It gives us volume because we've turned the gain of the microphone up inside using that little pro tip. Use it wisely. And I'm going to roll back the volume on the guitar just a little bit. But now, you hear all that? So we get all those taps. Now I can make it clean up a little bit too. And I'm gonna roll in that EQ. Now you hear it coming in? Ha! Listen to that bass, man. So I'm just adjusting the volume, the treble and the mids. And we've got that drive on there. We just want to have a little bit of breakup. Before we had a lot of gain turned up from the volume, and that gives the preamp a lot of distortion. Right now, we're gonna back off on that and just kind of play this little bluesy little piece. Okay, so and just nice another little sound right there. And I think I want to show us one more. We're going to roll that body blends back on. See how much? It doesn't take much. Get that body blend come in. Even pull out the blend. I'm about a 40% blend and I'm about 60% on the EQ. I just think it sounds so beautiful that way. Let's go ahead over here and change one of these. Now this is crazy. We're gonna bring the drive in, which is gonna put a lot of volume. So let's check that out. It's wild. Because we've got so much volume, I'm gonna bring the body all the way back and I'm gonna bring the EQ all the way down. Whew. Now we can adjust this further over here with our amp controls. Okay, so I brought the treble up, the mids up, and the bass out a little bit. Sounds a little harsh. We can also control a lot of that roll off with our volume tone on the guitar. It's a lot better. Let's even it out with the EQ. Pull back the volume, check this out. And now I'm rolling up the body blend. Oh, got rid of all that harshness. Now, true, it's a little muddy, but it's thicker. Right? It's good for something like that. And if we really want to push it, we go ahead and we hit up the boost with the overdrive, that Pigtronics overdrive. And it just gets all kinds of hairy. Completely distorted right there. Better stop, right? I think it's about time to look at this guy and talk about the things I absolutely love most. And the color, the shape, the design, it's a wonderful guitar. If you're asking me if I would ever pick one up again, it's a no-brainer. Of course I would. The thing most people say to me when they see it is, it looks amazing. People love the look of it. Most of the time, you expect a guitar to have a certain sound or whatever. People don't necessarily know what to expect out of this. And from the nylon, from the clean, from the distorted, from the overdriven, from the crunchy, all of those different tones that we talked about today, this just can provide so many different roles. I just think it's a very versatile guitar. So it's easy to be the underdog and not know what to expect and look good. Because by the time people hear it and they see it, next thing they think is it costs some kinds of thousands of dollars. And the reality is, you're about $800. They're running a sale over on Zounds right now, which is why it's a great Christmas gift. You can get one that are between $100 and $150 off, depending on the model. That's about $65 a month on a payment plan for 12 months, which is pretty cool. And you can get it approved for free. It's real easy. In fact, that's exactly how I got this one a little bit before last Christmas, 2024. For those of you that have stuck around this far, I want to share with you my download. You can get this over on my website, undergroundguitarparty.com. This is a worksheet designed that my students and I would work on for about 4 or 5 lessons until they get down with it. This is a Bluesy E-minor. It gives you the 1, 4, 5 chords, the pentatonic with the blue notes, and of course, the pattern, right? It's like what you might want to do. All of these things are made to be discussion topics and lesson points so the students would take notes. So there's no explanation on here because you'd get that from the class, but you can get it for free. You don't even have to sign up for a newsletter unless you want to over at the website, undergroundguitarparty.com. I got to tell you, this case by Cordoba is great. I'm going to go through it quickly because the video is long enough, but the branding is just the right size. It's not too big, it's not too little. Some brands go crazy with branding. You know who I'm talking about. The case itself is a nice sturdy material, which is padded on the top with a butt pad and a hang tag right here, which is great. They come in different colors based on the guitar that you get. When I bought mine, the only one you could get was this one, but now if you buy the Black Burst, you get a black case. Wouldn't that have been nice for me? Hint, hint. My favorite part of the case, it actually is the handle. The handle is a nice sturdy handle. You guys know if you've ever lifted up amps or things or small handles or paint cans, heavy things with little handles, sometimes it can hurt your hands. A nice grippable surface is awesome. This actually has a bar tack and a cross stitch on each side with a rivet, which means that it's going to do really well and stay nice and sturdy. We got another handle there and a couple of pockets. The straps on the back are great too. I wish that they would have been able to zip into a pocket so that it could be held securely when not in use, but that's okay. And the pocket is a big pocket on the front with a cable cord right here. Check that out. So you can fit all your books and things that you need in there, no problem. For those that want to know what it looks like on the inside, I got you covered. Not bad at all. Just like that. So it's nice and it's padded. As you can see, there's protection from the case with the headstock as well as on the bridge down there and a floating neck pad. We're about, I'd say 3/4 of an inch, almost an inch in padding. It is not a rigid case. It would have been nice if a little piece of PVC had been placed in the bottom of the case, you know, in the back. That would have given it some stiffness and some rigidity. But you can't have everything, and it comes included. This is an excellent case. Actually, it's better than an excellent case for the price. It's an amazing value, and I'm glad that they included it. So many brands don't, but they did. Guys, today we have been talking about the Cordoba Stage. This is a nylon string fusion guitar that's got more sounds than a bag full of cats. You got a lot of stuff you can do with it. And I really enjoy it. I hope you've liked the review and enjoyed what you've heard today. If you have, leave me a comment down below. If you want to grab one, go ahead and use my link. I'll get a little kickback, but you'll support the channel. And pick up that PDF over at the website, undergroundguitarparty.com. I want to thank you so much for watching. Remind you, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.